This is Original Royalties Recordings. I'm your host, Zakai Benjamin. We're at a meet and greet with our featured artist, Zamira. I want to ask you a few questions. As far as the Israelites are concerned, no one has really met any sisters from the Israel. Once you came into Israel United in Christ, what led you with music? What were you doing music previous to this?
Yes, I've always done music.
And your album, Legendary People.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we love it, obviously.
Okay.
All right, and it's
I really don't have to do a lot of writing now because I use the words in the Bible. So.
The producers on your album. Let's start from that last name. You said, how was it working on his music? What did his music bring out of you?
Azariah, all praises for him.
These leaders, man, they slander my name. The members calling me opportunist. All right, they calling, them themselves calling me opportunist, and I was all about the money, trying to make $1 off of Israel and all that kind of stuff. To prove them guys as liars and that they're slanderers, that they're hypocrites. I'm gonna play an excerpt from something, and then I'm gonna give you guys a story, not a story, but an account, of something that happened, and something that I keep seeing pop up that people keep bringing up. This had to do with a fundraiser that I did while I was with IUIC, through GoFundMe. All right, and it was for the building of the studio. I'm gonna play this excerpt right quick, and then I'm gonna come back and explain this to you guys. So I recorded an hour and a half of the class. So my timestamp is based off of my QuickTime player. So it's a class that Captain Amaziah did this past Sunday called Opportunists and Hustlers in Israel. And so I clicked in on it because I knew it was gonna be about me. So lo and behold, the brother that he keeps alluding to, this brother, everybody's just like, amen, because he's reading the scripture and then he's applying it to me. But nobody's asking him about proof, which is odd, especially for people who are saying they're keeping the law. So, I mean, you always got to have witnesses, right? Listen to this.
You're like a damn murderer. You're a hater of God.
Here we go.
And ran greedily after the error of Balaam.
Wait, and what? Wait, how do you run?
Run greedily.
You ran greedily. Money. I gotta get, all I want to do is sell my products. I want to sell my t-shirts. Or I want to sell my CDs. Or I want to sell this, I want to sell that. All about the dollar bill. All about the money with Esau's face on it. No, you're supposed about these laws, statutes, and commandments first. That should be a new rule. If you ain't at least a soldier, you shouldn't sell nothing in Israel. I think I'm gonna bring that up the chain. You should sell nothing in Israel unless you're a proven brother or sister.
Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, that ain't just come out of nowhere, all right? Him and the rest of those leaders in Atlanta mentioned the same thing at a Feast of Pentecost while I was there. During a segment where they passed around flashcards or blank flashcards or whatever, and the members could write down if they had a problem with the school or the leaders or what would like to be changed, and they didn't have to put their names on it. And then the leaders would read it in front of everybody at the feast and then address it. There was somebody that wrote in something that had to do with music. And the brothers who know I do music and knew what was all going on was looking at me and asking me, hey, you wrote that, bro? And I was like, no, I ain't write that. So they thought it was me. So I can only imagine the leaders thought it was me as well. I got up and started walking around Shalom and Brothers because I was getting ready to leave. And as I was walking around, Officer REA and Captain Shem started joking about, their background singers. They'd be like, ooh, yeah. And they was doing jokes like that. And then they said, if you're not a rank, you shouldn't make music in Israel. Right? Same thing he just said. This ain't just out of thin air. He just thought about it. But they made the same exact statement at the Feast of Pentecost when I was there. So when I came up, I only heard the back end of it. And I'm like, what they said? So then I walked around to get my wife and my kids so we could leave. And the sisters that was sitting around my wife, they just started encouraging me. It was like, it's okay. Keep making your music. It really helps us. And I'm like, what? Why are they saying this to me, man? So my wife was mad. So I'm like, what's wrong with you? So she told me what they said, all right? So that's why she was mad. That's why them sisters was encouraging me. That's why everybody had their look on their face. So, of course, I was hot about it. Of course, that's a bunch of bull crap, okay? The thing they like to harp on, all right? They're only, I guess, shred of evidence or something they can stand on that I'm an opportunist, all right? Outside of something that multiple people do in Israel, which is sell CDs. So, I mean, that's not and sell T-shirts, good grief. I mean, how many T-shirts IUIC selling, right? Obviously, that's not a sin, but that's something that they try to use to further try to say I was all about the money. The mighty dollar. Let me give you guys a background, and let me show you guys something. Number one, my whole time in Israel, I only had one basically package of things that I did sell, all right? Which was my CD ties and fringes, all right, and the t-shirt, all right. Now, the CD itself, you could get a hard copy by itself, or you can get a signed hard copy, or you can get a download version, all right? And then a t-shirt. That was it. All the music that you guys see Jay the producer name on, whether it was with the Atlanta camp or whether it was with somebody else or something. But 3HC, I did a remake of their Pure Gold song because they used the sample track, so I made original music around it, but they didn't put that version out. But everything else that you see Jay the producer on, I did it for free. The brothers like Solomon the Jew, Soldier Kill, he's not with them anymore, and some other brothers that dealt with me personally. No, I didn't charge people for studio time. I didn't charge them for the beats. I didn't charge them for mixing. And if I mentioned anything that had to do with money, it was us putting our money together to get the music mastered, because one of the things that I was known for is the quality of work, and I wanted to keep that. All right? I don't want to sound like I did it out of a room somewhere. All right? I want it to sound like it came out of a professional studio. So I knew that it needed to get professionally mastered. So let's put our money together to a professional master engineer. So they could tell you that. Now, when it came to the music, the only people that I charged was two brothers. Two of them. My whole time in Israel, I charged two brothers. And the first one was Prophet Kalai. Well, actually, the first one in terms of chronological order was Brother Jeremiah. For his project EP that we was working on, I did all the work, did all the beats. I didn't charge him for studio time. I only charged him for the tracks and the mixing. I think $800, right? Because I had an Israel price at that time, right? Trying to work with my brothers, give him a discount. I had an Israel price and I had a world price. So he had the Israel discount. So it only brought him up to like $800, right? Because on top of that, I offered to pay half of his mastering costs, all right? So pay me this, and plus the mastering that we sending off to the engineer, I'll pay half of that out of my salary. So that's what I always did with brothers. I did it with Prophet Kalaya, and he can attest to that. This brother skipped town, gave me $50 that first day, and was supposed to have paid me off. And 7 months go by, this brother ain't never paid me off. I kept asking him, yo, what's up, man? You know, blah, blah, blah. And he walked away from the project. I still wanted to be paid for the work that I did, all right? And this brother actually said he wasn't going to pay me, all right, basically for the work that I did. And he skipped time, and he's been ignoring me since, all right? And I just stopped reaching out to him. That brother skipped out. So who did each other dirty, all right? The person who did the work and did what he said, or the guy that promised wages and didn't pay it? And then the second one was Prophet Kalai for his project that I produced called The Resurrection, all right? That came out. You guys heard that, all right? I executive produced that album. We had our own price, and it wasn't $5,000 the way Bishop Nathaniel and you leaders up in Oklahoma was talking about, okay? That I found out when Officer Azariah came through Georgia and came to my studio while I was listening to music and stuff, and he would just let me know the things that was being said about me. But the other thing that they used to try to say that I was an opportunist, I did a GoFundMe while I was in IUIC. When I did it, it was for the building of the studio, all right? I wanted to make sure that it was professionally built, top quality, all that other stuff that handled acoustic problems so that I can turn out even better and more professional products than I did before in Georgia. That was the goal, all right? It was, you guys, it might still be up to this day. Like, I'm not accepting donations, obviously, but the actual write-up and stuff might still be on GoFundMe today. So I did the GoFundMe. It was not a IUIC only type thing where I'm just asking people in IUIC. I put it out there in general, all right? And people from other camps, people from radio shows that knew me, people from the Christian church that knew me, people in personal life that either worked with me or something like that, had experience and wanted to, support the vision. They all donated, all right? They all donated. Now, I think I raised maybe it's $1,435, right? Nowhere near the goal. This studio, brothers and sisters, and them other 2 rooms in there, with all the acoustic paneling, the custom desks, all right, the flooring, the soundproof that you can't see, the everything you see, the electricity, the AC. This studio cost over 30 grand. 30 grand. I had to take out a loan and was out of IUIC at that point. I didn't have a problem taking out a loan or whatever cases. And I'm slowly paying it off from the different jobs that I do, all right? So I'm not balling. I had a vision. I knew what I wanted, and I worked towards it. But thanks to the Most High, it came to pass. They like to harp on that the fact that I did the GoFundMe, right? And you hear statements online and stuff like that. This brother took people's money and ran to the bank, laughing. I'm show you a liar, and you don't know what you're talking about. All right? All you is a slanderer. You're a murderer of your brethren. That's all. You don't have the Spirit of Christ. Also, Bezaleel. Now, I'm only mentioning him. I don't have a necessarily a problem with him, but I'm mentioning him because he's a witness. That the things these leaders been saying from Atlanta and all the stuff that been circulating, he knows that it's false. He knows that I'm not an opportunist. He knows that I wasn't all about the money and a hustler and just trying to make $1 in Israel. He knew what was being said, and he would tell me multiple times what was being said and try to say something as far as avoiding it. For example, when I was getting ready to leave IUIC, all right, one of the counsels that he gave me, all right, was, well, if I were you, I would refund everyone in the IUIC back their money from the GoFundMe. Because if you don't and you take the money, you would make what Deacon Malachi and all them leaders was saying about me. I would make it true. All right, that they'll be able to use that against me, basically. I had did a video and put it on Facebook and YouTube addressing IUIC members who no longer wanted to support me and my music endeavors because I wasn't with their camp. And I said, if you want your money back, inbox me through Facebook on my email. I gave them my email, all right, with your name, your email that you donated with through GoFundMe, and the amount that you donated. I'll verify it and then refund you your money. It will be over a period of time because I'll be paying you out of my own pocket. Now, I gave people the directions. 2 or 3 people actually did that, all right? And one of the criteria that I said in the video was that when you do ask for a refund, I was going to post it online and show that you was refunded. And I did that for those 2 or 3 people that actually did that. Now, nobody else emailed me about getting their money back. The next day, I wake up, my phone is going off. I get all these notifications. I'm like, what the heck is this? I got a whole bunch of emails from GoFundMe saying payment refunded, payment refunded, payment refunded. And I thought, because with GoFundMe, if somebody goes and mark your thing as a scam, then GoFundMe will refund the people back their money without you having to verify it. So I thought that's what happened. So I'm mad. I'm heated. My wife's trying to calm me down. I'm ready to make a video and like curse people out. Like I was heated, man. But then started to notice something, that in the list of people being refunded was people like Brother Braxton. Brothers who know me personally know the things that them leaders have said was false. Brother Braxton in particular called me when he got his refund, and he was mad. He thought I was on some like mad spree and sending back people their money, and he didn't ask for his money back. He didn't think that way about me. Me and him talking, we laughing and stuff about it, and I told him the story. This is what happened for everybody else, because I didn't make it public. But now it's time to make it public, because there's slander. These hypocrites here in this slander, telling y'all I'm an opportunist and a hustler and was all about the mighty dollar. And they have Black Wall Street events. They have these different opportunities to sell. Let me think. Zamir Israel sell more products than me. Also, Bezaleel sell more products than me. Hebrew Market sell more products than me. Original Royalty sell more products than me. All the brothers and sisters who sell perfume and all that kind of stuff, the jewelry, they sell more stuff than me. But they're not opportunists. They're not hustlers in Israel. The brother that sold one album, sold one t-shirt, then had the option for you to package it together, is the hustler. Me, I never partook in any Black Wall Street event. You never saw me out there at a table selling anything. I didn't sell at the Passover. I didn't sell at any feast days. I didn't sell anywhere. The only way you could buy my album was from my website. That's it. And I had one album from sale. All the other music on my project website was free. What evidence do you have that I'm an opportunist besides your own opinion about me? You freaking liars, man. What evidence do you got? Bring it forward, because I'm bringing the evidence you a liar. So bring forth the evidence that I'm a liar. I have my witnesses, bring forth yours. And have substantial proof. Or you just liars. Again.